Hi, I'm Chef Eric Hellner from the Metropolitan Grill. I get asked all the time, what's the best cut of meat for which occasion? What I've done is bring a few examples here from Double R Ranch, which is just a premium brand, one of the best products in the country. We feel we use it at the Metropolitan Grill. Can't be beat. What I've got here is a top sirloin steak. This has great beef flavor. It has a decent amount of marbling, not intensely marbled like say the ribeye down here. Then there's the filet mignon. The filet mignon is tender, succulent, very, very good for special occasions. Now this is a very marbled filet mignon. Again, it's the Double R Ranch Prime, and that's why you're gonna get that marbling. You may not see that much marbling in some of the steaks out there, in the fillets out there. The last two that we have here is the New York steak and the ribeye. Now these are my favorites. These are true steak lover steaks. It's the New York or strip loin, Kansas City strip loin, any of those you may have heard of, and the ribeye. These are beautiful, beautiful examples of them. They have a lot of marbling, they've got a nice fat cap on her, good color to the fat. They make, you know, that char flame broiled flavor, takes to the marbling really well. These are phenomenal steaks, great examples of them, nice thick cut, so you're gonna get a good even temperature all the way through. And then on the ribeye, the one thing that I really wanted to point out about this is that you can see you're gonna have a lot more marbling, internal marbling in there. This probably is my favorite piece of meat out of any steak there is. It just can't be beat. Now that we've talked about a great selection of steaks, it's time to talk about a great selection of cocktails.
Thanks, Chef. I'm Thomas Price from the Metropolitan Grill, Master Sommelier, and we've got some beautiful cocktails that we put together to pair with steaks at home with 1910 rye whiskey. 12-year aged rye, a lot of spicy notes in this whiskey, really is a great food complement. So the first cocktail I'm going to talk about is the Press, made with 1910 rye whiskey. A lot of citrus notes in this. It's kind of a variation on a Ricky, which is a classic cocktail, which is made with 7-Up, lime, 1910 rye whiskey, and a little bit of soda as well. I recommend pairing that with some of the less marbled steaks, a little more delicate in style because of all the citrus notes, the filet or the top sirloin. And we have a couple of richer styled cocktails. One of my favorites, the Sazerac, a classic New Orleans cocktail that's made with 1910 rye, a little bit of Pernod and some Peychaud's bitters, which comes right out of New Orleans. That's served up with a lemon garnish. Really pairs well with a marbled steak like a New York. And then we've got a classic Manhattan with 1910 rye whiskey. That is a classic sweet vermouth, Angostura bitters, a little bit of ice, and served up with a maraschino cherry. And that would be a great match for the ribeye steak, my favorite one as well. For these and other great cocktail recipes using 1910 rye whiskey, you can go to 1910rywhiskey.com.
And for any of these great steaks, you go to thedoublerranch.com.